Hey babies, it's the Queen. This is the Queen Speaks. That music you hear is me trying to get a live feed on my podcast. And since I couldn't, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to record. And I'm going to talk. And talk like I do. Today I realized something talking to my sister. First, I want to thank everybody that supports Queen Amina, who has supported Queen Amina over the past 4 or 5 years, who have watched my blogs, who have seen my YouTubes, who have subscribed to me, who have shared me, who has been with me through ups and downs, thick and thins, from 130 pounds to 190 pounds. I want to thank you all. It has been a journey, and I appreciate you guys. But I wanted to talk about something that's really real, and I don't understand why it exists the way it exists in the fashion that it exists. And I was talking to my big sister about it today. It was weird. It was really weird. Okay, we all know that the Queen started a new job. Okay, and there's a girl who was at my new job, who was at one of my old jobs. Now, this is a girl that we've never had a conversation. We've never actually interacted. She might have seen me around. I might have seen her around. If she's in the office, I might say good morning to the whole office because that's just the intellectual that I am. And it was weird. It was weird because on my second day of employment at this new job, this girl from my old job, now, like I said, I don't know her. She doesn't know me. I didn't even know her name. My supervisor have gave me specific instructions on the job because that's what supervisors and managers and people of higher ups do. Now, my second day on the job, it just so happened to be raining and storming and snowing and ice hailing down here in Texas. Did I expect that? No, I did not. But it did. It's still a little chilly down here. I'm drinking some hot tea. And I happened to not be able to find my 11-year-old in the weather. There's rain and snow and everything. Now, my supervisor clearly already made it very clear to me what the rules and regulations are and that I can use the phone to talk to my children. Everybody uses the phone. They text. They do whatever. Your phone is allowed on your desk. Not a problem. So I reached out to my daughter. She's not answering. She's not calling me. All of that, right? Which is nobody's business but my own, correct? Correct. Okay. So the girl across from me, like I said, she used to work at one of my old jobs that I left because I had to get surgery, which was none of anybody else's business but mine either. But, so as I'm on the phone with my husband because I can't find my little one, I'm asking him, has he seen her? I'm on FaceTime with him, with my earpiece in so nobody can hear my conversation. The girl comes to me. You need to get off your phone. Now, mind you, she's not a manager. She's not a supervisor. She's not anyone that needs to approach me, speak to me, anything of that nature. So I looked at the girl. And the new, improved love woosah version of the Queen, I didn't even reply. I just looked at her and then I turned around and continued my conversation. Why? Because I'm 40 fucking years old and you don't pay any bills. You're not a manager, a supervisor, an office manager. You're no one. You are a girl who sits across from me. And there's a cubicle and then there's a window at the top of the cubicle so you can't even see me unless you stand up and stand on a chair and look over at me. So, of course, my husband he found my daughter for me. He let me know she was okay. He let me speak to her. And then my supervisor came and said, hey, listen, we're all leaving early because of the weather. I said, perfect. And I left. That night, the hiring manager called me. The hiring manager called me to say, hey, listen, because of the weather, we're coming in 2 hours late. So don't be here at 7:30. Be here at 9:30. I said, oh, beautiful. but do you have a minute to have a conversation? And she said yes. So I said, okay, as the hiring manager, you made it very clear to me that I can use my phone to contact my family if need be. I could step out the office or I could sit there at my desk, as long as it's not a boisterous, over-the-top conversation. She said, yes, I know. You're welcome to do such. She said, even when I was hiring you and we were talking in my office, my husband called me and you told me to go ahead and take my call because it was my husband calling. I said, I know. So why is it that the girl across from me came to me and told me to get off my phone? So, of course, my hiring manager said, say what now? I said, is she a manager? Is she a supervisor? She said, of course not. I said, okay, well, she came to me as I was looking for my child on FaceTime with my husband and told me to get off of my phone. I said, me being me, I just turned around and ignored her. Because I knew this wasn't what you said to me. I said, but I'm going to ask you nicely if you could handle the situation because I don't want to, it's going to be my third day tomorrow. I don't want to say anything to this girl because then we'll both be getting dragged out. She'll be getting dragged out in a body bag and I'll be getting dragged out in handcuffs. And I don't want that to happen because I'm new and improved and reformed. And these little teeny people here aren't ready for me. So I want to stay that way. So my supervisor, she just started laughing. She said, listen, oh, we'll handle that. So I'm not sure what my supervisor said to her because it's none of my business, because she should have been minding my business. However, my supervisor didn't take my word for it. She did not take her word for it. She asked an innocent party that was in the office that happened to see everything and happened to see more than me. So here we are on the following week. Now, this is a whole week later. The second week is almost over. And the girl who was minding my business has now quit. She's no longer employed there. Is it my fault? No, it's not my fault. But I felt bad at first. So I said to the lady across from me, I said, I feel bad that the girl quit. I feel like, she quit because she said something to me and I said something to the managers instead of speaking to her about it because I would have said something in a negative fashion. She says, oh, no, it's not your fault. She said, the managers came to me as well. And they asked me, did I see what happened? And I explained to them that I did. I said, oh, you saw what happened? She said, I did. She said, for some reason, she was standing up in her cubicle, staring over top of the cubicle at you. She said, you were doing your work, so you never looked up. I said, okay. She said, she did it the whole day. I said, did she now? She said, oh, yeah, she watched you the whole day. She said, every time your phone vibrated, she got up and looked at you. I said, well, I didn't touch my phone every time it vibrates because it's not a phone call, it's notifications. So she said, yeah, but when you got on the phone, she stood there and watched you for about 60 seconds. And then she walked around and I clearly heard her say something about you being on your phone. She said, but she's not a manager. She said, so I stopped her myself and said, hey, she's allowed to use her phone. Why would you have anything to say? And this girl proceeded to tell this woman that she worked at a position with me. Mind you, we weren't even in the same office. And that I got fired for using my phone. Now, I'm going to be very honest. Every job tells you when or when not you can use your phone or not, depending on what you do, because I do medical coding and billing, and there are HIPAA violations for certain things. However, I follow all rules and regulations, and I think we all, as employees and older people, we've worked long enough that we follow all rules and regulations, correct? Correct. So when the woman said to me that the girl said, okay, yeah, no, she got fired for FaceTiming at the last job. I said, excuse me, I've never been fired from anything. What are you talking about? She said, well, that's what she told us, that you got fired from your last position because you kept FaceTiming. I said, let me just show you something. And I pulled up the letter of resignation that I sent to the other position because not only did I have a problem with the women, I had to get a surgery. So I felt like I needed to leave that job and have 10 days to myself before I got a life-changing surgery. But here's my point to the whole story of this whole 9 minutes. Okay? My point is, there are sometimes you need to learn to mind your fucking business. Sometimes, just because you think you've seen a person doesn't mean you know anything about them. And if you can't, in a business setting, be cordial, then just be cordial to the room. But if you don't have to speak to that person that you don't like, you don't have to. I mean, I feel personally like her quitting is on her, because at the end of the day, I still have a job, income, all of that. And I already had income without even working, because that's what my husband's for. But of course, she's a single girl. And I felt like, oh man, she quit her job. She has no income. But that's not my place to care. You know why? Because the fact that this girl felt like she clocked me that hard in another position and now you're running around telling lies. Listen, there's no reason for you to be that involved in somebody else's life that you can tell somebody some shit when you've never even had a conversation with them. I feel like that's happening a lot in the world. And it used to happen in my family, and I think I told y'all about it. It used to happen in my family, and I'm going to put names out there with that shit. It used to happen with my cousin Belita all the time. I would tell Belita some shit. Belita would tell me some shit. And then Belita would go run and tell everybody that we talked about everything I said. And she wouldn't tell them what she said. Which is weird, because 9 times out of 10, she started the conversation about the person. And then kind of pulled me into the conversation. Now, 9 times out of 10, it was a family member or whatever the case may be. But these are people I never really interacted with. So when she would tell me, I'd be like, oh, okay. And I would be listening. And then I would say a week later, a story would come back to me. And someone would say, well, Amina, I heard you said, or I heard you did, because such and such, such and such. I need y'all to know that misery loves company. And I tell y'all this whole entire thing to tell y'all that. Misery loves company. Do not be misery's company. If someone has nothing better to do, they don't even know your fucking name. And they have nothing better to do but watch you and then talk about you when they don't even know you. They're miserable. And they want some company. This tea is amazing. But be careful the company that you keep. Okay? Because you don't know who's around you to tell the story and who's around you to run and go tell that. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, I am so reformed. Y'all see me lately. I'm just calm and collective, and I'm working on me, and I'm building me, and I'm woo-san. I'm in prayer. I'm prayed up. I can't deal with the miserable that wants company, because I'm elevating and I'm cutting off. But I just said the whole entire story, like I said, to say that you never know who's watching you, right? But if somebody is watching you and never had a conversation with you, and then they want to go run and tell that, like, all of y'all can talk about everything that I've been through on my blog, okay? Y'all can talk about the fact of my arguments with my husband. Y'all can talk about what's going on with me and my kids. But you know why? Because I put y'all in my business. So anyone that you tell can either come back and watch something to see if I actually said or did it and contradicted myself, or they'll just know that you're lying. And so when people want to make up things about you and they just want to lie on you, leave them where they are. You can't even feel sorry for them. You can't feel sorry for the predicaments that they get themselves in. You can't feel sorry for who's not speaking to them. You can't feel sorry for them not having income. You can't feel sorry for who they become in life, because at the end of the day, it's their decision. It's their choice. I've never felt the need to watch someone that I don't know and try to imagine their life and go tell people about it. I have other things going on, and even if I didn't, I would rather watch my hair grow out of my arm before I make up a story about somebody I don't even fucking know. And my thing also, people, because whether it's a man or a woman or whomever's doing it, why is it that people can't live and let live? You understand what I'm saying? Why is it that we cannot let people be who they are and strive to be who they are without us passing judgment? Why can't we understand that everybody is not going to be your cup of tea? Everybody is not going to be soothing to your soul. You feel me? And that doesn't mean you need to take them down. It means you just need to keep moving in your direction and let them move in theirs. You understand? Because like I said, I take my tea with sugar, honey, and lemon. Sometimes I take my tea with sugar, honey, lemon, and honey. But like I said, there are people in the world that take their tea with just sugar. People that take their tea with sugar and milk. People that take their tea with honey. People that take their tea with honey and lemon. It's people that take their tea straight black. But that doesn't mean that we have to fight about it. It doesn't mean we have to backbite each other or talk about each other because we don't take our tea the same way. Because what you eat don't make me shit. And what I eat shouldn't make you shit either. Because I just had an awesome salad. I couldn't even eat it all. You see this? It was awesome. Salmon, crab, and shrimp on top of my salad. It was awesome. And I hope and pray that this salad that I ate don't come out that girl's mouth because she was watching me so hard. I hope and pray that whatever she ate is what she should. Okay? Because if you down my throat that far, that you know what's going on, or you think you know what's going on with me, then something's wrong. Because I keep everything very copacetic and clear, very transparent. And I made it very clear to everybody in that office, I am here to say hello and get my work done. And get my work done. And like I said, I did at first feel bad that the girl quit and all that. But then I had to think about it. Then when it came back to me that she was telling people that I got fired from my last job because she know that, because she was there. Bitch wasn't even a supervisor or manager there. And in that office, there was 3 different offices. And I was in one, she was in another. She wasn't even under the command or under the management team that I was under. And if she was, I don't remember her because I don't pay attention to motherfuckers like that. Because if you're not in I'm team no new friends. I will associate with you, speak to you, be cordial with you, do business with you. But when it comes to my personal life and my personal business, I got the same friends that I've had for eons. By any chance that God is meant for me to have a new friend, we damn sure going to speak every day. We not going to speak on no when I see you high and by type of thing. That's not how it works for me when it comes to friends. So for someone to see me at one place of employment, and then like I said, I left there because I chose to leave there, not because I got fired, because I ain't never, ever been fired from shit. I'm too professional for that. Okay? I had resignation letters to prove it. And I gave them other people 1 day notice because of the situation. And then I left. But that's neither here nor there. The fact that she felt the need to tell somebody about it when she don't even know my name. And if she does know my name, that's on her, because I had to ask somebody her name because she didn't matter like that. Nobody at a place of employment matters like that. If you are not a manager, a supervisor, or somebody that can hire or fire me. They get the utmost respect, and I know how to follow directions why I am in a place of employment. Why? Because I run my own publishing company, and I need the people that's under me, my graphic designers, my editors, my proofreaders, and the writers that sign to me. I need them to follow directions, and I lead by example. I lead by example. So understand this, people. In this world, we can all agree to disagree and move on. In a relationship, in a friendship, in family. And if you can't, you can't. Okay? But all relationships have ups and they have downs. Nothing is ever going to be good all the time. Nothing is ever going to be peaches and roses and Ferrero Rocher, because that's my favorite chocolate, and cookies and sweetness all the time. Nothing is ever going to be that. You got to take the good with the bad. But take your good with your bad. Let's not mind other people's business and feel like it's okay in the world, because you see a person in a place of employment and you think, oh, I can do or say whatever I want to that person because I've been here longer. When you don't know that that person will get out in the street and kill you. I'm just saying. So understand, y'all, seriously, you got to learn to live and let live. Okay? You got to live and love in your own life and in your own right. And the funny thing about the girl, the people in the office, because they were so nice to me, like they asked me if I needed help with anything. They told me if I needed anything, let them know. The girl, before she quit, she stopped speaking to everybody who was being nice to me. So it was weird. It was like, honestly, my first day, I felt the vibe from this person. And I didn't even, I swear to you on my life, I don't know this girl, y'all. I swear to you. If I knew her, y'all know I would tell you, I don't even know this girl. I don't even know this girl. We never had a conversation. I can see if we had a conversation and you just decided after that conversation you don't like me. But I do know there are people in the world that you can look at and not like. And I feel like if I'm one of those people that you can look at and not like, that's on you. That's fine. I don't mind. There's people in the world that I look at and I don't like either. But I don't make it my business to make them feel miserable. I don't make it my business to run them down. I don't make it my business to make other people not like them. I don't make it my business to be in their business. I don't make it my business to even be seen or spoken to by them. Why? Because I know everything ain't for everybody. And everybody that you like ain't gonna like you. And there's gonna be people that just see you walking. And trust me, when you see me walk, baby, you might not like me. But that's fine. That's your prerogative. That's your business. But keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I'm just saying. There are people, like I said, that won't like you. You don't want them to come, I don't like you. No, that's not how it should be. Now, if y'all have been friends and then you don't like them, let them know that, look, I don't like you no more. You've been doing this. But if it's somebody you don't even know that you've seen before, like, oh God, I don't know this person, but it's something about them that I just don't like, I'm just going to keep my distance. That's all. Keep your distance. Because I'm definitely not going out my way to have no conversations with nobody. I'm not going to lie to you. I like silence. As much as I talk to y'all and keep talking to y'all, I like silence. I can sit in my house in absolute pure silence. Not turn on the TV. Not turn on music. So I'm definitely not going out my way to find anybody to talk to. Like I said, I have 3 awesome friends. Plus my big sister that I talk to on a daily basis. Other than that, people come and people go. I have people in my life that I haven't seen in years that I love to death. So a new person who's watching me from the outside in, I'm okay. I got enough things going on. And like I said, I might not be their cup of tea. But I say all this to tell you, again, misery loves company. So do not be its company. Everything ain't for everybody. So figure out what's for you and what's not. And whatever's not for you, just leave it alone. You don't have to destroy it because it's not for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to tear it down because it's not for you. Because just because it's not for you doesn't mean it's not for anyone around you. Okay? And I just had this conversation with my son. I was just literally telling my son this about somebody. What's in your life, you cannot make it be in somebody else's. Okay? Just because you like something doesn't mean everybody is going to like it. Just because you love something doesn't mean everybody's going to love it. But you cannot decide on who or what is in somebody else's life. Like even when it comes to my kids, there are people that I do not fuck with. But my kids do. My kids do. I don't love my children any less because they fuck with these people. Because whoever is in their life is not necessarily in mine. And whoever's in my life is not necessarily in theirs. But I can't tell them who can be in their life. And I can't tell them who cannot be in their life. And that goes for people around you. That's like me. Y'all know, like I told you, growing up, I had a problem with my dad. That's like me telling my mom, you not my mom no more until you get rid of my dad. I don't sleep with her. He do. I don't pay her bills. He do. I love her just like he does. So neither one of us can make a decision on who is in her life. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're better now. We're better now. But it was just an example of the fact that people think that they can live like that. They think they can tell you who's in your life and who's not. But they can't. You can never say to me, oh, well, if you friends with such and such, you not friends with me. Okay, well, that's a decision you making. Because nobody else gets to make that decision. Nobody gets to make that decision for me. Nobody. And people always say, oh, well, you've been through so much with your husband, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but at the end of the day, even though I air out my issues and try to work on them and get advice and opinions, the only opinion at the end of the day that matters is mine. Because I'm the only one that's going to sleep with him. I'm the only one that's going to take care of him when he's sick. And he's going to take care of me when I'm sick. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even though my kids want to be there for me, they are far away. And if I said to my kids right now, I was sick and I needed to go in the hospital, I got 2 that's too little to do anything. And then 1 is all the way in New York and she can't get to me. My son is in Hawaii. He can't get to me. Who can? My husband. So who can make the decision on if he stays or go? Me. And me only. So don't, again, be that miserable person that wants that company. Nobody wants to live life like that. Nobody. And like I said, poor little girl that quit her job. Oh. The fact that she took an issue with me that was her own issue, because I never had any issues with her. Like I said, I don't have no issues. I spoke to everybody in the room. I don't even know this girl. I know her first name only because of the issue we went through, but I don't even know this girl. So poor little girl that had the issue with me. I didn't wish anything bad on her, but the fact that she tried to alienate me and alienated herself, and then tried to make everybody not like me, and then stop speaking to them because they did like me, and then lied about me, that's just plain misery. That's just plain she need a life of her own, okay? So I say all of that to tell you guys, be who you are. Be happy within. Be happy in your skin. Don't let nobody change you. No matter how negative or ugly they be, and don't let it change you. Still be you. Because I still went to work every day and put my best foot forward in my work. Not in making friends. Because I'm 40. I'm not trying to make friends. In my work ethic. And it speaks for itself. Because my supervisors love it. So always be you. And if you can't stand somebody around you, You don't have to necessarily remove yourself from the situation if it's a situation that you need, but you can ignore and elevate. That's it. That's it. And that's all. That's all. You know, like my big sister, she's leaving this job. And the supervisor wanted to keep her. She already gave her resignation. Somebody that she considered a friend went behind her back and found out that the supervisor wanted to keep her. And instead, what they did was try to get one of their family members an interview for the job that she was leaving. Now, my sister was going to leave anyway. But the fact that you're smiling in her face and then you try to set somebody up behind her to take the job that she's leaving, that you know that they wanted to keep her, it was weird. Like, I need y'all girls, women, because I know this is mostly girls and women. Let's stop being petty. Let's stop being petty, please. Let's stop being petty Peggy, petty Patty, petty anybody that begins with a P. Let's just stop and learn to congratulate, elevate, and appreciate the next woman. So, to all of you women in the world, white, black, indifferent, I appreciate you. And I applaud you. And I think you're awesome sauce. Even if I don't like you, I'm never going to violate you. So don't violate me. And that's what it is. This has been the Queen Speaks. My 30 minutes is up. I'm going to finish my tea. Take me a shower. Went down the wrong pipe. Woo! And take my chocolate lovely self to bed. I got work tomorrow. Love you to life. Deuces. Love you bunches. Mwah. Later, babies.